Each year, we come together as a community to remember the men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice, protecting our freedom. Freedom is not free. Those that we honor today paid the price. Let us never forget how they fought, how they suffered, and how they persevered. Let us always remember to honor who they were. Let us always rejoice in what they accomplished. Let us always be thankful for the gift that they gave us. Let us never forget and always remember to pay tribute to them. At this time, I would ask the VFW to present the colors.
Yeah, Bob. They couldn't hear you, Eleanor.
Present the colors, please.
For all those great ideals, but also truly know us that. We pray for the families, the Gold Star families who sacrificed for the very good of us. And now we give thanks for all their lives, for their love of our country, and for all that they did to give us what we have today. In Jesus' name we pray.
Thank you, Pastor Lindsay. The Pledge of Allegiance led by the VFW. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, VFW. The National Anthem will be sung by Alyssa Noah. Alyssa? Thank you so much. I'm Eleanor Kelly, and I'm proud and privileged to be your Master of Ceremonies today. This is something I've enjoyed doing for the past 9 years, and I hope to do it in the future. At this time, I would like to present Mayor Kapatis for a few words.
It always says something about this community, about how many people show up to our events. So once again, I want to thank all of you for being here today. You really showed everyone the community is a great ticket today. I appreciate it. At this time, I just want to give an acknowledgement to those that are here this evening. Ann Kelly, Councilwoman, Council President Patty Passio, Councilman Rick Shapiro, Councilman Craig Lovenstein, Councilman John Leary, Councilman Bob Farrell. I was going to say Robert. and all of you that we have our chief of police here, we have our captain here, we have our members of our fire, our VFW. You know, we can't do enough. I would say that we have the best VFW in the state of New Jersey. And more. You know, I know you guys all know, but I want to say it again. The members of this VFW do so much. And it's recognized by the rest of the state. We've had people come down here and say that this town has an organization that's truly to be proud of. And I'm very proud of you guys. And thank you for your service. At this time, I do want to keep going on with our ceremonies. It's Mr. Del Sordo that's next. Bob? Okay. So those of you who don't know Mr. Del Sordo, which I don't think there's anyone here who doesn't know Mr. Del Sordo, Bob's always our honorary guest to help us out and really make sure that we all know why we're here today. So that when the day goes on, we know what we're supposed to be doing. So, thank you.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you. We appreciate it, folks.
You know, today is a very interesting period. 2021 is big for Memorial Day. The reason being it's the 100th anniversary for the placement of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. In 1921, Hamilton Fish, who was a New York congressman, received complaints from so many of what's called the Empire State, the Empire Division, that some of their soldiers were never returned. And they didn't have DNA, they had very little dental records. Most of the dentists were itinerants, believe it or not. And he came upon the idea of having a permanent place so that every mother, father, sister, brother, child could say, that's where my dad is buried. Along came the unknown soldier. Where did it come from? A battlefield in France, there was a British physician who happened to see under a tree a wooden cross, and it was marked unknown, just scarred out with a knife. And in 1921, the Brits were also looking for an unknown soldier for their purposes, and this British physician indicated to the American forces at the time that he knew of an unknown soldier but didn't know from what country he had emanated. They unearthed the child, they unearthed the soldier, and it turned out that he had an AEF, it's an American, the AEF uniform on, so we knew that he was an American soldier. The funds were provided by the American Legion. The American Legion was just coming into being at the time. That's what happened. And Eleanor, I remember Frank so well for this. And he was brought back here. Anybody know how he was brought back? He was brought back on a ship that's still, right now, only 5 miles away from us on the Delaware River, USS Olympia. And he was brought back on the quarterdeck, which is the front part of it. The quarterdeck has been closed for 28 years. They opened it today. Just today, so that the people could pass on the quarterdeck. The ship was brought up to Potomac. It was placed into what's now known as the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. It is something that you have to see to appreciate. And what bothers me so much is the last time I was there, how few people appreciate what that's all about. In 1921, the marble was placed there. No one thought about using anything else other than marble because marble was readily available. The problem is the marble is deteriorating. And the question becomes, what do we do with the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier? Do we replace it? We can replace it with granite and it'll last for 400 years. Or do we repair it and it'll last with marble for another 100 years? And this has been a real problem. I'm soliciting each and every one of you today to contact Congressman Norcross and tell them to repair that tomb. It deserves to be repaired. If you've ever been there, you have to understand that it's the highest honor for an enlisted man in the United States Army is to be a member of the Old Guard. The Old Guard originally started in 1921. There were soldiers from Fort Myer, Virginia, which were brought over for the purposes of just doing their normal D&C, which is a drill and ceremony. And the tomb was only guarded during the day until 1937. 1937 was an act of vandalism that attempted to be taken, and they decided to guard the tomb 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It has never been down. Even with Hurricane Sandy, the president offered to let the Old Guard stand down, and they refused to. Right now, the tomb itself has that of the World War I soldier in it, and it has is immediately to the side of it a Vietnam soldier, a World War II soldier, and a Korean soldier. The Vietnam soldier is known, and we found out from DNA who that soldier is. But the other two remain unknown, and they will remain unknown. If you ever go to the tomb, you must understand the protocol. Those members of the old guard spend anywhere from 3 to 4 hours a day pressing their uniforms so that they're absolutely perfect. They have certain size requirements. It can't be more than 35 inches in waist, 31 inches minimum. They have to be at least 5 foot 8 inches, no more than 5 foot 11 inches. That's why if you look at them, they all look basically alike. They march 21 steps, okay, in honor of a 21 gun salute. They stand at attention after turning for 21 seconds, and then they return. Believe me, you can set your watch at 21 seconds. That's how excellent they are. And they're proud to do that. In 1958, they brought back the Korean soldier and the World War II soldier. And once again, the old guard stood and said, we will honor this. Folks, I'm saying to you today that with our community, and Eleanor mentioned about how what's there, you may not know it, we are recognized by the Secretary of the Army for this. Congratulations, this is your town. There are pictures that have been taken by the Army and they're using this for recruiting posters. Our town. And I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for coming out today. You don't know what it means to a veteran. They don't ask for anything. Maybe say thanks later on in the ceremony. But that's the best thing you can do for a veteran, is to show up. Because it shows that you care. And you should care. Not just on Memorial Day, not just on Veterans Day, but every day. Look at the freedom that we have in this country. Nobody else can approach it. No one else can approach it. Yet we have that freedom. We have that freedom because of these veterans who, whether it was World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korea, now Desert Storm, enduring freedom, they put aside their jobs. They put aside their families. They were called to service. Fortunately or unfortunately, I have a job that I hope I never have to exercise. But I am the South Jersey Commissioner for the Draft Board now. And I hope I never, ever have to sit at a table and do this. We are activated, again, we are active, but I'm just so proud that they asked me to undertake this. And I'm doing it for Runnemede. I'm not doing it for myself. I'm 77. Somebody else put this up to me soon. But seriously, I'm doing it for Runnemede because I was so proud to see that they had selected, there's 900 of us across the United States. And I'm here because I recognize what sacrifices a veteran makes. It's going to be a difficult thing if I have to send a fellow off to war and doesn't want to go. I hope I don't have to do that. I hope we don't have another war. But if we do, I can tell you one thing, and that is Runnemede will be represented. And it won't have to be by a draft. It'll be by your sons, your daughters now, who will stand forward because we love America. And God bless America, and God bless our veterans today. Thank you.
So good to hear about the unknown soldier and the meaning behind it. Thank you, Bob. Assemblyman Moen, thank you. Would you like to come and bring greetings? Assemblyman Moen is a Runnemede man. He's our man.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I apologize for being late. Gloucester City has their event in London. They had a terrific gathering. And as you can imagine, the reason we're all here, I think it's extra special just because of the fact that of what we dealt with during the pandemic over the last year plus. I think for me, and you probably heard this and you will hear it throughout the program, I think this event is a little extra special for me, and I think for many of the members of the VFW and the auxiliary, because of the passing of our friend himself. And most of you know, I'm the son of a disabled Vietnam War veteran who served in the Marine Corps, still lives in Runnemede here. He was one of the ones that made it home. He was one of the lucky ones. I had the chance this year to celebrate his 70th birthday with him. Today's about those that were not able to make it home. Today is about those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. When we think about that, just think about that for a second, the ultimate sacrifice. To help put that in perspective, I'd like to just read a few of the numbers that I have here about those from Camden County who lost their lives serving our country. The Civil War, 310 lives. World War I, 130. World War II, 924. Korea, 55. Vietnam, 89. War on Terror, 16. Each of those names and numbers represent a neighbor, a friend, family, someone that's a part of the fabric of the South Jersey community. That's why we're here today, is to celebrate those names. I will conclude with a quote used quite often from President John F. Kennedy, who, if he were alive today, he would have been celebrating his 104th birthday on Saturday. President Kennedy said that as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest form of appreciation is to not utter words, but to live by them. And with your help today, everyone, I think we're doing just that. So thank you very much for being here. It's always an honor to be in Runnemede. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblyman Moe, for your words and for your service. I'd like to read a poem that was written by a serviceman. It's called Memorial Day. We walked among the crosses where our fallen soldiers lay, and listened to the bugle as taps began to play. The chaplain led a prayer. We stood with heads bowed low. And I thought of fallen comrades I had known so long ago. They came from every city across the fertile land, that we might live in freedom. They'd lie here, 'neath the sand. I felt a little guilty. My sacrifice was small. I only lost some time, but these men lost all. And that was written by C.W. Johnson, and I think was appropriate for today. There will now be a procession to the memorial, led by the VFW Commander William Sampolsky.
Before I start the ceremony, I'm going to have the scouts go up and place their flags and then... Okay? long as two comrades survived so long that the veteran of foreign wars in the United States render tribute to our heroic dead. Comrades, attention. On this day, forever consecrated to our heroic dead, we are assembling once again to express sincere reverence. The monument represents the resting place of many departed comrades who served in all wars. Wherever the body of a comrade lies, their ground is hallowed. Our presence here is in solemn commemoration of all those men in expression of our tribute to their devotion to duty, to their courage and patriotism. By their services on land, on sea, and in the air, they have made us their debtors. The flag of our nation still flies over land of free people. Parade rest. Comrade Chaplain, we ask your divine blessing.
Let us bow our heads as we pray. Father of us all, in the depth of our silent reverence, we realize the truth of the inspired words, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. As comrade after comrade departs, we march on with our ranks grown thinner. Help us be faithful unto thee and to one another. Look in mercy on the widows and children of the departed comrades, we beseech thee. And with thy own tenderness, console and comfort those who are bereaved. Heavenly Father, bless our country with freedom, peace, and righteousness. Through thy favor we meet at thy last before thy throne in heaven. We praise thy great name forever and ever. Amen.
Senior Vice Commander. Junior Vice Commander.
They placed the symbol of purity on his comrade's grave. Each future generation will see this courage and hold their hand for freedom.
Comrade Officer of the Day. President of the Ladies Auxiliary to the Veterans of Foreign Wars.
On behalf of the Auxiliary of Post 3324, Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, I place this emblem of eternity. Its color bespeaks life everlasting. Thus do we immortalize the brave deeds of our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines, who have given their lives on land, on sea, and in the air.
For our glorious republic, whose integrity our comrades enlisted and served, I place this emblem of the nation. The flag of our country was theirs to defend. Its glorious colors shall wave over them in death as in life for everyone to behold. To you, comrades who departed, we render a silent salute. Comrades, present arms. Comrades in the silent land beyond, wherever your mortal remains may rest, the solemn services we hold in tribute to you. Order arms. The ceremony is complete until you read the name.
Glenn C. Barth, Earl Brown, James A. Cochran, Walter D. Hansen, James Gilch, John J. Frederick Jr., William Gunn, John Hadley, Francis J. Hayes Jr., Edward Casper, Joseph J. Sampolsky, Francis Sensman, Leonard B. Schaefer, John Schnepp, John E. Shackleton, Gerald H. Finnis, Carl G. Thorman, Earl A. Troop.
Honor guard dismissed.
Colors retired.
Color guard.
Colors
Shoulder
retired.
arm. Left face. Forward march.